I am hungry, but I am humble. And what drives my hunger is speaking to you, is sharing this with you, because I know what it was like when I was sitting in my office looking out the window going, oh my goodness, there has to be more. Success is not permanent and failure is not fatal. My name is Calvert and I am here today to create this YouTube video for you to really actually understand what it's like for people who've already made it, who are already successful. Because I think a common theme when you're growth orientated and you're seeking achievement and goals and success is we're always moving that way. I want to go get that success. And what I want to give you today is a different perspective on what it's like when you're there. And the reason that I want to give you this is because the key to getting there and achieving is already to believe and think and feel and act like you're there. The whole apex and cornerstone of the philosophy that we teach around creating your own reality is effectively based on you must think, feel, and act as if you already are in possession of what you want, or you already are the person that you want to become. And that's difficult when you don't feel like you're that person, or when the bank's empty, or the tax man is looking for money, or the bills need paid. It's very hard to sit and go, yes, I'm abundant and money flows to me and it's all wonderful. Let's be honest, let's call it what it is. But it doesn't change the science, and the science is you've got to have the belief. And then we got to ask yourself, well, what is belief? If I believe I am abundant, then I will have abundance. That is how the law states. And we've got to ask, well, how do you create a belief? And you've lots of beliefs. You've beliefs about money. You've beliefs about you've beliefs about religion. You've beliefs about what's possible, what's not possible. We all have beliefs, but what are they? Where did they come from? How are they creating our life? Well, a belief is a thought that you have thought over a period of time that has solidified into a belief. So at one point you did not have a clue what your name was, but you kept getting called it. You kept saying the word Kim, 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 Kim. Oh, I now believe my name is Kim. If you told me my name, I don't know, is Joe Blogs, I wouldn't believe you. I'm like, no, I'm Kim. Like, that's a belief. That's a knowingness. And what we've got to realize is it's only because through repetition of the same thing, we believe it. Perhaps how you were brought up. Were you brought up in a belief or a faith? We're not getting into a religious discussion, but maybe you have beliefs around that. Well, that's because that's what you heard time and time and time again. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's great, as long as you're hearing the right thing. So I started this video by saying success is not permanent. Failure is not fatal. And I also said I want to take you to the point where what is it like to already have succeeded? And I would like to say I'm kind of in that category. I'm not the same Kim that I was when I had £4.20 in my pocket, not being able to feed the dogs, wanting to leave my good government job, but being broken physically, mentally, spiritually, to now, you know, I live a wonderful, blessed life. I am grateful every day when I'm waking up because I get to do what I want to do. I earn the money I want to earn. I spend my time with the people I want to spend time with. Those are two different ends of the same thing. They're two different perspectives of the same thing. It's still life and I'm still Kim. So what is it that bridges the gap? And the truth that bridges the gap, I think, is expectation and desire. You've got to want to be different. That is the key. Desire is absolutely essential. It's the starting point of all achievement. And then you've got to expect that you're going to get it. Now, we all start out with hope. That then moves into a belief. And then the belief moves into faith. And that essentially is the bridge that takes you from a life of lack to a life of abundance. But here's the thing. See, when you get over this bridge, don't just set up camp and think, I've made it. I'm just going to sit back. I'm going to chill out. I'm just going to, just enjoy what I've done. No. Here's what I have learned from being on this side of the table. It's the exact same. It just looks different. I'm still trying to do more, to do better, to make a bigger impact. I'm still technically stuck. I'm just stuck at a different level. And this is what actually has made me, and why I constantly say to everybody, there's no difference between me and you. Yes, I might have different amount in my bank account. Yes, I might drive a different car. But when you take all of that stuff out of it, which really doesn't matter, I'm still an ordinary person wanting to live an extraordinary life, and you always have to be in the pursuit of that. Think of it like this. Why is it, like, I don't know how many years you've been on the planet, but every year at Christmas time, we want something else. Why are we not satisfied? If we were really to go with this very global thought of just be happy with what you've got, why then every Christmas do we keep sending more Christmas cards? Why couldn't we just send one and go, there you go, that's all the years covered, you only need one Christmas card? We don't do that. Why? Because it's not the Christmas, it's the joy in the giving of the Christmas gift. It's the joy in the receiving. I'm just using that as an example. But as soon as we've got our Christmas presents, we tend to get bored of them. I know I did when I was a kid. You were so excited for Christmas Day and you got what you wanted, and then suddenly it was in the corner of the room. Now, let me set the record straight. A lot of people think that's being ungrateful. That's not appreciating what you have. And yes, we could certainly see evidence of that if that's the attitude the person takes. But the real truth is, it's not that we're not satisfied, it's that we're always wanting to be in a creative state. We always want more. If you run, you want to run faster. If you go to the gym and you lift weights, you never go in the next week trying to lift half the weight. You want to either do the same at more reps or you want to go heavier. Why do you want to do that? To improve your body. The whole essence of who we are as people is we want to be greater, grander expressions of ourselves. We want to do things in a bigger, better way, make a bigger impact. And that's why goal achieving is so critical. Now, why I'm going to bring this all back around together is, even when you've achieved the goals that you want, it's the same process to achieve the next goal and the next goal and the next goal. Success is not permanent. There isn't just a switch or something. There's no get rich quick scheme. There's no amount of money that you're ever going to be satisfied with, because money has got nothing to do with happiness. Happiness is all about you knowing who you are, loving who you are, and letting the whole world see that in whatever medium you do that. I'm a teacher. You've got musicians, you've got football players, you've got teachers. We can all, that's what it's all about, finding your purpose. And your purpose is something that you discover. It's not something you find. It's not something that comes through the post. It's not something you might find or may not find. It's right in front of you at all times. But you've got to ask yourself, what lens are you looking through? Are you looking through the lens of lack and what you don't have and what's not happening? Are you even looking through a lens of, all those successful people over there, sure, they'll never keep it. Sure, that's not really going to make you happy. Or are you looking through a lens of, I love being the creator of my reality. I love being able to attract opportunities and people into my life. I love waking up every day with purpose, with drive. But it takes persistence. It takes you doing not a lot, but doing just 2 to 3 things every day in a big way. When that compounds over time, the days look after themselves, the week looks after themselves, the months, the years. Success is not complicated. It's very simple. And really what it is the repetition of those things in a certain way every day. That's why it's so important to have your daily routines. I call them daily disciplines. I have monthly milestones. I have weekly wins. I break everything down because as a successful entrepreneur, I need metrics. I need evidence of how am I going to know if I'm more confident? How am I going to know if I am more fulfilled? Well, I'm going to know I'm more confident because I'm doing more things like this. So you see, the goals are not so much to get. Goals are never really to get. A goal is something, it's like a target that you put your mind to prove and see for yourself what you're capable of. It's who you become. We've heard this in so many motivational videos. But have you lived it? Have you stepped out? Have you made a start to actually know what that feels like? Success is never permanent. You got to keep working at it. You got to keep showing up every day. I do not sit back and just think it is it. I am hungry, but I am humble. And what drives my hunger is speaking to you, is sharing this with you, because I know what it was like when I was sitting in my office looking out the window going, oh my goodness, there has to be more. There has to be a purpose to this. If there isn't, what is this life all about? And they seem like very deep questions, but I think everybody's asking them. I think everybody's asking them on a daily basis, just not everybody hears them. And sometimes we hear it and we avoid it because it's scary. Again, all comes down to the lens in which you're viewing. So I want you to really take these points away today and ask yourself, am I prepared to do what it takes? Because as I've said to you, growth is consistent taking action, consistently being aligned. It's consistent things over a period of time. I don't believe that you're going to get to a point where that's it. So the question you've got to ask yourself is, are you prepared to go on that journey? Are you prepared to upregulate your mental endurance? Are you prepared to face challenges? Are you prepared to be persistent in your attitude, in your actions, in your beliefs? Are you prepared to be on your own at some times when everybody thinks you're crazy? Because if you're not prepared to do that, I guarantee the only reason is because you do not have a big enough goal. And sometimes people get stuck in the goal setting part because they don't know who they are. They don't know why they're here. And I believe you've got to work out your purpose, then develop your vision. That will then give you very clearly what your goals are. That's something I help people with. That's something I can help you with. So ask yourself, are you prepared? Because every day that you are alive on this planet is a gift, is also very uncertain. So you've got to make the best of it. And you've also only got one life. And you trade your life for what you're doing. So what are you doing? Is it worth your life? That's the question. Because here's the thing, you're going on this journey anyway. So you either go on the journey with clarity, with focus, with a drive, with a purpose, with meaning, with fulfillment, or you just go on the journey. And it's kind of like, do you want to get into a taxi by yourself and get to where you're going? Or do you want to carpool and end up going here, and end up going there, and end up going here and taking way longer to get to where you want to go? Bottom line is, guys, we're all going the same way. What is your journey going to be like? So just imagine you're 80 years old right now and you're looking back. Are you happy with what you created? Does it fill you with love and joy? Is it centered around love? Is it centered around people? Because that's ultimately what you're searching for. That successful life is for anybody, but you've got to see it in your mind looking forward before you can ever get to 80 years old and look back and see it in the physical form. So today I want you to think about these concepts that I've taught you. It really is no different at whatever stage and level you get to. I work with multimillionaires, people that are even earning way, way more than me, and they're telling me the same thing, and I'm seeing the correlation. We perceive that it is different. We perceive that starting a business or going with an idea is hard work, will take lots of time, will take lots of money. These are all just perceived ideas that we have picked up somewhere on our trail. And what I want you to realize today is you can create anew. You can create a new perception. You can decide this is how it's going to be. So success is never permanent. You always got to be working for it in mind and in action. But failure is not fatal. You are going to fail your way to success. We all do. But it's not fatal. It's not going to end you. What will end you is if you keep doing the same thing, getting the results that you don't want, time and time and time again. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and we'll be back very soon with lots more to help you bridge that gap from where you are to where you want to be.